Good morning. Welcome to our second Living Artfully podcast. I'm Kathleen Carrillo from the Kathleen Carillo Galleries, and this is Ron Morgan from Ron Morgan Properties, and we are at 509 Olas Altis in the Romantic Zone, Ron Morgan's office and my gallery, and we are in the studio doing our podcast.
And today our topics are the holiday open houses. These are open houses that are presented by many realtors in town. You might always search out, there's a WhatsApp of open houses, and anybody can go to this WhatsApp, it's open, and it will tell you and give you an idea of what is for sale, what is available, the styles, the condos, the houses, and it'll give you a better idea of what you might like to buy, because this is a pleasure buying. It's not up to buy because you have to be in the right school district or the right job area. So you want to find out through these open houses what the properties look like furnished, what they look like. Some of them are not furnished at all, and you'll see the difference when you're walking through these homes of having the art and furniture and proper accessories in a house versus an empty condo on the beach. Both have such possibilities, but you have to stylize it to your own taste.
And for sure, you could get a sneak peek at some of these amazing properties that he has available on his Instagram page. I just revel at the beauty of some of these properties, and I just love checking them out each time that I go onto Instagram. And on Facebook too. I think you have Ron Morgan Properties on Instagram. I think that's the way it reads. And then on Facebook, it's Ron Morgan Properties also, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. We try to make it as available to the public as possible. We also photograph many of our past open houses where you can get an idea of what is involved in an open house. Originally, years ago, the open houses were for the brokers only. Then they became available to everyone. So the public can now go to the open houses, which is more what we're all used to. It's very important too to look at the open houses we've already had. This gives you an idea. We did an open house yesterday of a house that was an Architectural Digest that has incredible art, and it was done 40 years ago. So it shows you how the stability of properties and how they can maintain value and livability in this area.
And the warmth and the textures and the furnishings in some of these beautiful luxury properties are so exquisite, even though they're more antique and woods and beautiful carpets and things, whereas the more contemporary houses have a much different feel. So if you want to see some of these beautiful old quote, maybe hacienda style, I think that you will love seeing what people have done with the interiors of their spaces.
But the contemporary buildings that are on the beach can be furnished in a hacienda manner, which changes the feeling of the property. You may be, I don't do a lot of interior design, but that was one of my fields. I've done beachfront properties. The next door neighbors, one was super contemporary. It was just glass and chrome and fabulous art. The other one had everything was purchased in Mexico. And everything was purchased to give a feeling of Mexico for this client. So you've got a contemporary building with a hacienda look and a contemporary building that's very sleek and polished. Again, that depends on your taste. Or you can take a hacienda and spice it up a bit with different styles to give it a lighter style. Most of the haciendas are very heavy, as they were 20 and 25 years ago.
I think that Ron
feel.
is downplaying his abilities in the interior design business because he is an expert And I happen to be somewhat of an expert myself in that I love feng shui, and I think that both of us have a lot to offer you as a person who may be looking for a property and you want some ideas or tips on how to recreate it so that it speaks your space rather than somebody else's.
And I taught feng shui for 1 year at the University of Texas in El Paso. And it was an experience for me because half of the students had no concept, even after we were finished with the class, of what we were talking about. Where to place things, what directions to place things. And it makes again, you can see the how eclectic you can make something. And you walk into properties that don't feel good, or you walk into properties that feel fabulous. And it can be really the same style. It's not quite, you just get a feeling when you walk in the property. First feelings on properties, very, very important.
Absolutely. And I think that I know, because I've been working in feng shui for 30 years, that, I don't go and buy the most expensive piece of furniture or the most expensive sculpture to put on a table. I look for those things that I resonate with. And of course, it's important that they're placed in the proper direction. It's like when I set up our space for our podcast, it's like, I need to move this table just a little bit more so that plant sitting over there really adds to that table. We add water, we add plants, there's 5 elements in feng shui. And it's an amazingly wonderful, actually it's the science of placement. And I think it shows when you walk into a property.
Well, and we try to listen to our clients and learn a little bit about our clients. I had a lady and her husband come in that bought 2 penthouse apartments and put them together. Well, that is an odd way because you had 2 kitchens and we took 1 kitchen out. So we had to deal with problems of feng shui. Nothing was right because she took 2 units and put them together. So I did do the interior design on it. And they were a couple from San Francisco, an older couple, and they had lots of grandchildren. So they wanted a room for entertainment. So we bought the largest TV we could find and set up 2 rooms for entertainment. And then we had many bedrooms. But she wanted a small nest where she could sit by herself. And this is quite common with people that have very large properties, very large houses. Everybody of any caliber nests in a particular place. Whether you're in a 1-bedroom apartment or condo or a 15-bedroom house, everyone still nests in different areas that they feel the most comfortable.
That's it, it's the comfort level and the personality level as well.
I think we're forgetting something. We need to talk about your workshops. And since we have an artist in residence, we have an artist in the area that can do fabulous workshops to teach us all how to paint, maybe some better than others. Correct?
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. I have some local workshops that have been extremely successful over the past years. I was not able to do them last year because we were in the process of adding the studio on in our building here, where we have the gallery, the real estate office and studio, and now the studio where I'll be teaching. So the 1-day workshops that I have coming up are in February, and let me check the date. I think I have a seascape class that we have on February the 17th. This is a 1-day workshop. Everything is included. You come, and I put the apron on you. The canvas is set up on the easel for you. The paints are all there. The brushes are all there. And it is called a Monkey See, Monkey Do workshop. So you don't have to have any experience at all. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. We take a break at lunch and we finish at 6 o'clock at night. And you go home, in the February workshop with a seascape painting to take home and hang on your wall in your new condo that you have purchased. Or I think it's February the 18th, I have a male portrait workshop. So, and then in March, we have a female portrait workshop.
Excuse me, do you have a male model?
Well, unfortunately, beginners can't work with models. I mean, I did teach.
Well, that would be a lot more incentive.
I know. I mean, we could probably do that now because, you know, in my old studio, we were open with an outdoor studio space, and I couldn't have nude male models or female models.
We have no shortage of possibilities.
That's true. We have lots of beautiful men here,
and women.
And women, yes, for sure. But no, I do the project first, and I have the painting up on the easel for everybody to look at, and then I start with the first step. I do a step, and then I turn around and I said, okay, now it's your turn to do that step. And I watch everybody like a hawk, and I make sure that they get that part done and that they're not frustrated. And then I go back and I do the second step. And we do that all day long until you finish a painting. It's an extraordinary experience, and I've been teaching university, I've been teaching children.
For how many years?
I'm not telling how many years because you'll know how old I am. So anyway, we finished that painting in one day, and you take it home, and then, like again, I was saying, I've taught university, I've taught children, and of all the ways that I teach, this Monkey See, Monkey Do is the most successful of all of the approaches that I've ever done. So I highly encourage you, if you're afraid and you've always wanted to paint, that you come to one of these workshops. It takes one day. You can still go to the beach for the rest of your vacation, or if you're living here, you have one day where you come to that workshop. I've had people that enroll in all the workshops for the season. As well, I have a workshop that is full now, but it will be available in the future again, and I hold that at Via Sevilla. It's a 3-day workshop where they get to luxuriate in being in the villa, and it's really close to town, so they can walk into town after they've done their class. They have breakfast there. We have a lunch in the little restaurant right next door to the villa, and they get to enjoy the pool there, and we finish a painting. So that workshop is full, but be looking on my website for the ones that are in the future of those 3-day luxury.
And the suites are included.
That's right.
This is what you need to remember. Your lodging is included in this workshop.
That's right.
So this is a little unusual for most workshops. Typically you go into the workshop, but this, and again, the particular house we use is very much like a hacienda full of antiques and too many accessories. I happen to own the house.
That's right. But and it is exquisite.
It's what I've collected for years and years and years of traveling. So it gives people a different perspective and a more free perspective of there's an art in everybody that you don't know about.
That's right.
So
creativity exudes.
It teaches you the simplicity of a start, and then you can follow through and do most any kind, as far as you want to go with your art.
I also, this coming year in 2026, still have space left in my European workshop. I have one that's being held in the south of France. Sorry, that one's already full. But the other one is Cinque Terre, Italy, and I go back there again and again. And this is a week-long workshop. It's a luxury hotel that sits up above the Poets Bay on the Italian Riviera, and it is exquisite. And we complete 2 paintings in those workshops, and people absolutely love them. It is such a wonderful way to take a painting workshop where you get away from your regular life.
And how long is the workshop?
It's 1 week,
okay.
And half of the day is spent painting, and half of the day is spent either touring. Like in Cinque Terre, we take the ferry to all the villages, the 5 villages on the water, and come back. And then there's beautiful seafood restaurants right on the seaside village. It's a fishing village, and it's just stunning. And we do regional paintings of the area when I am doing the groups in Europe. So there's lots lots of options. And if you're coming to Puerto Vallarta, which is magical in itself, adding a painting class to your repertoire or to your events for the week is a perfect way to spend one of those days.
So let's remember, you can do this in Europe or you can do it here. We've got fabulous, fabulous open houses coming through this season. It's a very strong season for open houses. And you'll see everything from beachfront condo to oceanfront houses in all prices from $400,000, $200,000 up to $32 million.
That's right.
So you've got quite a diversity. And the main thing is you want what you're buying. Thank you.
Yes, it's a pleasure sharing some of the knowledge that we have here in Puerto Vallarta. We love living here, we love working here, and we love sharing the information that we have
It's
about being here.
effortless.
So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.